For many businesses, the issue isn't giving staff like Brendan a good balance between work and life, it's finding somewhere for them to live, anywhere.
There was about 72 people. Everyone was 4 in a tiny little shoebox of a room and sharing a bathroom and not much personal space.
Last season, Brendan's employer rented 2 ski lodges to keep her business going.
We're talking like pokey hotel rooms for staff. It's not ideal accommodation.
Kate Mogul needs 100 staff over winter. Hiring lodges isn't just expensive, it reduces customers.
When you do take a lodge and put staff in it, you're losing commercial beds and, they're the guests that we need for our businesses to operate.
Around the nation, communities and businesses are struggling to find affordable accommodation for employees. Bogong Village housed workers building a dam in the 1940s, and it's been largely derelict since.
Pretty much, the possums were living in the houses. It was quite run down, but you could see the scope of how we could make it work.
Enter the Grollo Group. Best known for skyscrapers, it stepped heavily into worker accommodation, renovating 26 cabins and planning a further 300 beds on this site that they rent to business owners like Kate at a much cheaper rate than the ski lodges.
I think the demand is not the problem. It's been an ongoing issue with our tenants and also the businesses that we run in regards to getting the right staff, the right mix.
After building 400 beds at nearby Mount Buller and buying Mount Hotham's airport to do the same, the group sees the scope nationwide.
The capital's out there that's interested in this, and housing's very much on everyone's tongue at the moment. It's just coming up with the right sort of concept.
2 of the nation's largest superannuation funds, AustralianSuper and HESTA, just put $250 million into property developer Assemble, which builds affordable accommodation with below-market rents in inner-city locations. Other funds are building cut-price accommodation for workers too, but the situation is desperate.
This is a problem that government has outsourced onto average communities. Local government, it's outsourced it onto businesses, it's outsourced it onto the workers itself.
Over decades, the federal government has reduced the percentage of housing it builds and operates.
As recently as the early 80s, about 1 in 3 renters in Australia were actually renting from the government. They had the government as a landlord.
The federal government has ambitions to build 1.2 million new homes by 2030, but communities aren't waiting.
One of the biggest issues in building affordable housing is bridging the gap between what makes it affordable and what it could make on the private market. To fill that gap, people are doing different things. Some councils are giving land and other businesses are making commitments to buy future beds.
Some investors are willing to accept lower returns over time to help fix the problem. Living in the newly renovated village, Brendan is happier and more likely to return next season.
Just being able to walk in, look at a space and not have 20 people jumping all over me, being young and whichever, because I'm old, I'm 40 years old now, I need my personal space.
The new accommodation means Kate won't need to rent any lodges next year.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how well it's worked this quickly, to be honest. It's a game changer and it's really the way forward.
Freeing up beds for customers and making staff happier.